Bang.
I ain't taking nothing but win.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Unscripted Sports Show. I'm your host, MoneyE, with my brother, Chris. How are you, Chris?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Back here for another NFL season. Can't believe it's next week. Wow. We're about to preview the season, give our predictions on the 2025 season, and Cleneth will be joining us shortly. So before we get started, what were your thoughts on the off season for mainly the Eagles?
Good off season, as always. Good draft. Had to make some tough decisions regarding some players and salary cap, but we'll be glad we did when it comes time to pay Jalen Carter here. So,
Yep, exactly. Here's Cleneth. Yeah. Hey, Cleneth.
Hey.
What's up?
I was waiting for I was waiting the last time when you first logged in and it wasn't signing me in.
Oh, I didn't. I might not have seen the notification. My bad. But welcome. So I was just asking Chris what his thoughts were on the Eagles off season. I'll ask you that too, and then we'll get started with the preview of the team.
Okay. So the Eagles off season, to me, I think a lot of question marks. One thing I will say I'll have to disagree with is letting trade away CJ Chauncey Gardner. I would never have done that.
Yeah,
letting Gardner go. I mean, I understand you let Slay go because of free agency, and you got in Quinion and Cooper DeJean. It's starting to become like the new Sheldon Brown and Leo Shepard duo. I like that, and I think you do need, but I would at least try to get Slay to stay one more year, just to fully pass on the wisdom. Because it's easier to win a championship and then leave for money, but to leave and then have that like mentorship, like, this is how you're going to. This is what it's like playing as a defending champion. This is what you're going to have to go through.
Yep. But didn't CJ get injured? Isn't he out for the season?
I mean, he ruptured it. He got injured in training camp. I mean, that's training camp. It's still. And like you said,
honestly, we wouldn't have any space to pay Jalen Carter this offseason.
Yeah.
That's the entire point, right? Because we have Jalen Carter coming up, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis. We have Quinion Mitchell in the future. Cooper DeJean's only on a four-year deal because he was a second-round pick. So it was a tough decision to rather pay those young guys versus an aging safety who was solid last year, but there is moments, in my opinion, that he wasn't that good, at least compared to his first year with Philadelphia. But we'll feel it for sure. But you can't. You have to make tough decisions for team building. So
yeah,
that is true. I see it that way.
I understand what Cleneth and both of you are saying. We are kind of, I guess, who's going to be the leader on the defense now? It's probably going to be Jalen Carter and Georgia guys.
Kobe Dean, Reed Blankenship for the most part. So
we have a young defense. It's going to get it's going to be an adjustment, but I think our defense is going to be fine as the season goes along. But let's start with the NFC or AFC West. Let's talk about that team that we beat in the Super Bowl, those Kansas City Chiefs. How do you think they're gonna do this season? Are they gonna bounce back? Are they gonna still win the division? Where do you see them finishing in the division, Chris?
They'll win the division. So the expectation is conference championship appearance. So even a Super Bowl appearance is difficult to project, but I think a conference championship appearance, if they remain healthy, is pretty fair.
Yeah. So you have them winning the division? I actually have them finishing second, just to be different. I'll say who I have winning the division in a moment, but how about you, Cleneth?
See, with the Chiefs, I see them making the playoffs, but I don't see them winning the division this year.
So,
I
so you
think
don't have them.
I think it's going to be a close battle between them, and if LA really steps up their game in LA, I think that's where it's going to be between. The Broncos is going to give a fight. It's going to be a good tie-breaking fight between. But but for the Chiefs, I really think it's going to be between them and the Chargers for that number one for the conference champions. Broncos is going to be the tiebreaker, along with Las Vegas.
I actually have the Broncos winning the division. I'll say it now. I have the Broncos finishing number one. I think Bo Nix is the real deal. I think Sean Payton is still a very good coach. He might be overrated at times, but he's still a very good coach. I think this is the season where we see Kansas City struggle to win the division this year. I think could they still win it? Yeah, of course. The Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. But this might be a tough year coming back from the loss they did. I mean, it could be a redemption. They could just dominate everybody and say, yeah. But after that loss, we're gonna see what happened with Kansas City. What are your guys' thoughts on Denver? Speaking of Denver.
See, with Denver, I had question marks all because of the sophomore slumps. I'm sorry. These rookie quarterbacks, I will say with Bo Nix, I want to say with with Washington, all the hype behind Washington, it's the sophomore slumps. These rookie quarterbacks that always have great rookie seasons have trash sophomore years. And is it because the coaching? Some can be because of like the team strategy and finally knowing that, hey, we got a whole year's worth of films. This is how we're going to play you now. Now we're going to need to see. And I'm not saying, I mean, Bo Nix. So your rookie season, if you have an also rookie season, you're going to have a really, very hard sophomore year.
Yeah. We've seen that in the past with CJ last year. It's a perfect example. I mean, he didn't struggle, but he didn't have the season that an elite season from his rookie season. So, but what are your thoughts on the Broncos, Chris?
I don't know. There's a lot of hype behind them right now. I don't think the Chiefs are going to get dethroned anytime soon. They're bringing back most of their squad. They retooled the offensive line. Still the best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. Still the best coach in the league, in my opinion. I don't see them not winning the division. With that being said, the rest of the division is really tough. So the Broncos, I think, are a good team. Great defense. Top 2 defense last year next to the Eagles. But I need more proof of concept from the quarterback before I crown them. I think the Raiders finished second, to be quite honest. I think
you have the Raiders finishing second?
Yeah, Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers. I think that's a boom play waiting to happen.
So all three of us have different teams competing with Kansas City. I have the Broncos, you have the Raiders, and you have the Chargers, Cleneth, finishing first.
Yes, I do.
Where do you have the Broncos finishing? Third?
I have the Broncos finishing third. It's going to be a dogfight between, I think, Las Vegas and Broncos there. I'm not going to put too much hype over Bo Nix because of the sophomore slump, and that's the reason why I'm not throwing all my flames of fire over the Broncos. I'm not afraid of the Broncos. The Raiders, the same situation. Pete Carroll, NFC guru, going to the AFC. Two different conferences, man. Just because you rule the NFC doesn't mean you're going to rule the AFC like that. Two different conferences, two different styles.
You have the Broncos finishing third, Chris, or fourth?
Fourth. Yeah, I think the Chargers would be good, but losing Rashawn Slater is going to be tough. Chargers probably neck and neck with the Raiders for number 2. I think Harbaugh will have that O-line and running game humming. Year of 2 of Harbaugh. I think next year is when they really take that leap. I think they're still rebuilding a little bit. But I still think Chiefs are number 1.
So to recap, I have the Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. Chris has Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, and Broncos. Cleneth have Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, and Raiders. I think this could be one of the most competitive divisions in football this year.
This and the AFC or the NFC North are the 2 most competitive, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think the Chiefs are going to run away with the division. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I mean, if they win the division. I just want it to be a little different and pick the Broncos here. But moving on, any more thoughts on this division?
Nope.
We'll do the AFC North next. And don't forget, AFC North could be 3-team race too. But I have the we'll start with the Ravens. Probably the best team in the division. I think the Ravens probably kind of run away with this division. This is their division to win. Lamar Jackson didn't win the MVP last year. He had an MVP season last year. And in a lot of people's eyes, he was the MVP. You bring back Derrick Henry, who's still Derrick Henry. And then you have Zay Flowers, you have Mark Andrews, who's healthy now. And their defense is pretty good. What's your thoughts on the Ravens player?
All right. So my thoughts on the Ravens, I think it's a target. It's the run game is always going to be the hard hitter, especially when you have Derrick Henry and then you got the RPO option with Lamar Jackson and his running the ball type situation. is to me is what I see Ravens' problem is their passing game. They don't have a true number one receiver, and when they do they don't have a number one true number one deep threat receiver.
Yeah.
It's always
Zay
one
Flowers.
game. It's a tight end. One game is Zay Flowers. It used to be Hollywood Brown, but he moved on, and now we don't. Now we have Likely. They don't have. I think for the Ravens to be a good deep threat, they need a dual wide receiver threat, and that's what they are missing to really be a threat in the AFC.
Yep.
They have the quarterback, they have the running back, they have the two tight ends. You need the wide receiver duo to make yourself a complete offensive threat.
Yeah, and that's why they always lose in the playoffs because they're so one-dimensional. But I mean, Lamar Jackson's Lamar Jackson. He only can do so much in this offense, and if he goes down, the Ravens are screwed. What are your thoughts? So you have the Ravens finishing first too, Cleneth, or
Yeah, I have the Ravens finishing first.
Chris?
I got the Ravens. I think they're probably top 2-3 roster in the NFL. It's probably Lions, Eagles, Ravens, I would say. They could finish with the best defense in the league. Kyle Hamilton's going to be healthy for the full year this year. Best safety in football, probably by a pretty big margin. They just added Malachi Starks. They have obviously Marlon Humphrey, Andrew Wiggins, or what's the dude's name? Nate Wiggins. And then I think they just added Jair Alexander, Roquan Smith, some guys on the defensive line. So, I mean, that's a stacked defense. You have the second best quarterback in the league, in my opinion, Lamar Jackson. 2-time MVP, should be a 3-time MVP. Probably the best running back the last 10 years in Derrick Henry, who's showing no signs of slowing down.
Nope.
I agree they could use wide receiver too, but I don't think that should stop them from doing what they need to do, considering that the Chiefs haven't had any true wide receiver ones the last 2 years.
That's true.
Isaiah Likely is probably overtaking Mark Andrews as the best tight end on that team, but even having two tight ends still works really well for them. I think why they really choke come playoff time, come January, is just the turnovers. So I read that they're trying to clean up the turnovers this offseason. Probably run the ball more in the playoffs. So if they stay healthy, they'll be good. So
yeah, the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to bounce back this season. I think they're going to sneak into the playoffs. I think Joe Burrow could have an MVP type season. You have T. Higgins back. You have Jamar Chase back. The best, I think, probably you could argue the best receiving duo in the league behind Smith and Brown, if you want to say that. I think their defense could be better. In the running game, Chase Brown's going to have a breakout season. I think he's going to be a very good running back, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield too. What are your thoughts on the Bengals, Tim?
All right. I think the Bengals are going to be a good offense. Like I said, it's my problem with the Bengals is not their offense; it's more their defense. This is a team that can go. Joe Burrow can light up a scoreboard with anybody. He proved that when he went off against with the Ravens twice, with nearly 40 points lost, but the defense just doesn't hold off. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The year they went to the Super Bowl is when they had a good defense. They don't have that no more. And this is why they struggle so much. If you
Yeah.
don't score up to like 35 to 40 points and you lose almost every game, you score 35 to 40 points and you have a losing record, it doesn't look good.
Nope, it doesn't. So where do you have them finishing? I have them finishing second.
I have them finishing second too.
Chris?
Me too. I pretty much echo what Cleneth said. Offense will be great. Defense is going to suck. Defense was ranked 29th last year, I believe. Even if they get to, I don't see them going from 29th to like 15th, which is league average, which is where they need to be in order to at least even contend to win the division. So yeah, I think they finished second mainly because they have their offense, and I think Joe Burrow is a great quarterback, but I think people need to pump the brakes on calling him the best quarterback in the league, because I've seen some lists out there that are listing the best quarterback in the league, and you're talking about someone who has no All Pros, no MVPs, and no Super Bowls. So give me one of those, and you can be in the discussion. But until then, people need to pump the brakes on the Joe Burrow talk.
You think he's top 5 or maybe top 8?
For sure, top 5, but he's not better than Lamar.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think the Bengals might have a better overall offense than the Ravens, but it's their defense that's gonna kill them this season. It's the concerning thing for the Bengals. It has been for the last 2 years. That's why they missed. That's why they lost those key games that they should have won. There's a lot of games they should have won last year that they lost because of the defense. But moving on to those Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is still in the league. He didn't retire, and he has DK to throw to now. What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
I think the Steelers are. I think the bottom's finally going to fall out here. I don't know. They're just meh. I couldn't care less about the Steelers. They haven't had my attention for the last couple of years. They middle around 500. They play defensive games and try to win on field goals. They're not serious contenders come playoff time. They haven't won a playoff game since 2016. I think this is the year the bottom finally falls out. So
you have them finishing last?
No, third because of the Browns, but any other team better than the Browns in the division, I had the Steelers finishing last. I think they missed the playoffs. I think this is the first year in Tomlin's history that he finishes below 500.
Yeah, and Tomlin's a great coach, and it sucks that they don't put a team around him that he can actually coach. But Cleneth, any quick thoughts on the
Steelers? I want to say this: the Steelers is a good team without a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is trash. I want to tell you straight up. Aaron Rodgers been trash since he left Green Bay over the Jordan Love situation. He became a cryberry diva, wanting money, thinking he's going to be like the new god of New York, and look what happened there. And then you want to play this song, well, I'm still the best quarterback in the league, so I'm going to wait out my options and then find a late deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, because the Steelers are not smart enough to draft Shador Sanders in the first round and let him come back, because I think Shador Sanders and the Steelers would have been a perfect fit with the weapons they have.
That too.
I
100% agree, Cleneth.
And then he gets drafted by the Browns.
And he gets drafted by the Browns. And I'm like, the Steelers are. Let's put it this way: what's the point of having a whole bunch of weapons if you have no one to use as a controller? All right, that's what the Steelers are.
I mean, to be fair,
they trade their best receiver.
DK Metcalf.
I mean, you trade for DK Metcalf. You all right? So I'm thinking yes, and then I'm glad they got rid of George Pickens. He was trying to get out of there. But anyway,
but their wide receiver too is like, I couldn't tell you their wide receiver too.
Yeah, because if DK goes down, which He has he is injury prone.
Isn't it like Roman Wilson or something like that? Like,
He might be. I don't even know.
yeah,
I think their number 2 is their tight end.
Yeah, I think their best player might be Caleb Johnson on offense, who's a rookie. Like
Yeah.
DK Metcalf is awesome, but he hasn't been elite.
He hasn't been the same since
here in like 3
Wilson.
years.
Yeah.
So
He's
I
been
just
injury
think
prone.
the team is gonna stink.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the Browns, I would have the Steelers as finishing last in this division. Is there much to say about the Browns here? I have nothing much to say. I think Sanders is going to be the quarterback by week 5. That's all I have.
Shadur Sanders is awesome. Rough past preseason game, but his first one he looked really good. I think the Browns are going to be better than people think, which isn't saying much. Their defense is going to be good. Anytime you have Jim Schwartz as your defense and Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's probably arguably the best edge rusher in the league, next to TJ Watt, or Micah Parsons, however you wanted to find him. And then you have a top 5 corner in Denzel Ward. That defense is good, so, and healthy.
Yep. Yeah. Glenn, you have any quick thoughts on the Steelers?
The Browns. I'll put it this way: the Browns defensively, they're always going to hang in the games. The Browns just doesn't have. I don't think the coaching available to groom a quarterback. This is like they haven't had a consistent starting quarterback in over 20-something years.
since they came back in the league.
Yeah.
Tim South was a disaster.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I mean, you have Nick. You got rid of Nick Chubb, so I'm not even sure who the running back is. I mean, the only thing you have is Joe Flacco and Judy back there. To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And a defense led by Myles Garrett.
I think they're going to be a hard team to bet against. I think they could cover a lot of games. I don't know if you guys agree with that. Because of their defense.
Depends on if Flacco stays healthy in my eyes.
Yeah, I could see them being a team everybody bets against, and then they're the ones who are the underdog that covers a lot. There's always that one team every year that you bet against, and they're the ones who cover, and they cost you money. So, but I can see the Browns being that team against the spread. But any more thoughts on the North before we get to the South? Let's talk about the South. Let's start with the Titans here. Will Cam Ward be what Daniels and CJ were the last 2 years? Number 1 overall picks. Emerging, having great seasons, leading their teams to the playoffs. I mean, Texans are the Texans, but yeah, CJ led Houston to the playoffs in this first season, right? Do I have that right? I forget. I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
And then, of course, Jalen Daniels led the Commanders to the and not just the playoffs, but the NFC Championship game last year. So, can Cam Ward do the same thing? That he has the same hype. He's a dual threat. He was great in college. Didn't win the Heisman, but he was still great for Miami. I think he's going to be a good quarterback, but I think the hype needs to be toned down a little. I don't think he's Daniels or CJ right now. But
is anyone calling him that though? I don't think anyone is. People forgot that he was the number 1 overall pick. He's gotten hardly any coverage.
Yeah,
he's gotten the least amount of coverage for a number 1 overall pick.
Is it because it's Tennessee?
Yeah, it's because Tennessee's because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of Shadur Sanders. I don't know. But I think I think he's really good. I don't know if he'll lead them to the playoffs just because I don't think Tennessee has as much talent as Washington or
Houston.
especially Houston did. But I
And
think
they have
that,
Calvin Ridley, and they have, an old man Tyler Lockett, but that's pretty much it.
yeah, I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard to do what those two just did. And if he doesn't do that, I don't think that's a failure. I think
No,
that
I don't think so either.
I think
Bryson
that
the Tiger.
he's going to be a starting quarterback in this league, which is a win for drafting any quarterback because there's not a lot of starting quarterbacks in this league, starting caliber quarterbacks in this league. The ones that do start, half of them shouldn't even be starting. So,
Yep. What are your thoughts on Cleneth?
My thoughts, man. I've seen him in the preseason. I'm not saying that he's like the best looking person out there. I think it is that he just got lucked into a place where they're going to need his skill set. And there's not much quarterback competition out there for him on a team like the Titans to be deemed as a starting quarterback. So we'll see. Preseason is more like a basic playbook to see you, get you in. This is how the NFL works. But we're not going to know until after 1 or 2 games into the regular season if he's going to be the real deal or not.
Yeah. Do you guys have them finishing last like I do?
Let's see. Probably, yeah. Yeah, I do.
I think the Colts finished last.
I don't know. I got faith in Daniel Jones. I'm going to put it that way. That's saying a lot. I had the Colts to finish third. I think Daniel Jones is going to beat out play a rookie.
I think Daniel Jones will play better in Indy than he did in New York for sure. I also think that Indy's tanking and hoping to get Archie Manning.
If he comes out.
I think he'll come out.
Especially if Texas wins from that game too. So I guess we'll just we already talked about Colts here, so Daniel Jones is probably gonna be the quarterback because A-Rod, whoever, however you want to call him, A-Rich or Richardson. He's too much injury prone and too inconsistent. So I think Daniel Jones will be the quarterback. I actually have them finishing second. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be the vocal point in this offense as he is always. I think Daniel Jones has a running game behind him that he didn't have in New York after Barkley. Which was 1 season, but yeah, I have them finishing second. Where do you have finishing last, Chris?
Yeah.
How about you, Clinton?
The Colts, I have finishing third, to tell you the truth.
Okay. And how about those Jags? New era in Jacksonville. No more DP. No more Dougie. He got fired. Will Trevor Lawrence have a bounce back season, or is he officially a bust?
Depends, yo. I think it all depends on what Travis Hunter's do. How the Jaguars use Travis Hunter. Is he going to be the dual threat in the football? He could prove to be a first dual threat NFL player that plays both ways, starting wise. We'll see. But that's my thing. I think the Jags go as far as Travis Hunter. How much they invest in Travis Hunter is how far the Jags will go.
So you have them finishing second.
Yes.
Yeah. How about you, Chris?
I got the Jags finishing first place.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think the Tennessee offensive line the Houston offensive line is very, very, very suspect. And they got rid of Laramie Tunsil. I don't know if they necessarily improved upon that. Tank Dell's going to
We lose Chris?
I'm here. My
Okay.
internet call. Can
No,
you hear
you're
me?
here. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the Houston O-line's really suspect. Yeah, and I think Jags just win the division. Brian Thomas is
you have
going to have a
Houston
breakout
finishing second?
year. Travis Hunter's really, really, really good. Trayvon Walker probably takes it the next step. Liam Cohen's a great coach. Yeah, I think Doug Peterson is incredibly overrated as a coach. He's failed in Philadelphia after winning the Super Bowl. He failed in Jacksonville with a generational quote unquote talent at quarterback, and he did nothing with it. And he kind of, if things don't go his way after like 1 or 2 years, he kind of gives up and dials it in. And I don't know. I don't think I'd be surprised if he ever got a head coaching job again. So you finally have a coach who probably will be a little bit more creative in the offense. You saw what Liam Cohen did in Tampa. So
somebody that suits Trevor Lawrence's skill sets.
Yeah.
So where do you have them finishing? The Texans second.
Texans is second for me.
Oh, okay.
I have Jags winning the division, Texans second, then Tennessee, then the Colts.
And if you have the Texans finishing first.
Yes, I do.
Let's briefly talk about Texans before we do the last division in the AFC. I think CJ is gonna. He had a great first season, average second. I think he's gonna bounce back here. I think Houston didn't have the weapons he did in the first season, and Joe Mixon is gonna be. I don't know how long he's out for, but they got Nick Chubb, so they have a. If Joe Mixon can stay healthy when he comes back, and Nick Chubb can stay healthy, they have a pretty good backfield duo. They have Nico Collins, who I think is going to break out this season. Who's their second receiver? Is it a rookie? I forget who their second receiver is, but
Yeah, they drafted somebody.
I think the Texans could be really good here, but I can see why you picked the Jags. I think this division is going to be between three teams: the Colts, Texans, and Jags. I think the Titans are a few years away. But any quick thoughts, Chris or Clint?
No.
Okay. So to recap, I have the Texans, Colts, Jags, Titans. Chris has Jags, Texans, Titans, Colts, and Clint has Titans. No, not Titans. Texans, Jags, Colts, and Titans. So me and Clint have the same, but we just have Colts and Jags reversed. Now let's talk about the AFC East here and those Buffalo Bills. It's just can anybody challenge the Bills here this year, guys?
Challenge? That's a tough word you use. Challenge the Bills. Oh man. I'm not sure. Not in AFC. In the AFC. Oh, well, in the conference, no.
No,
Well, in the
in the
AFC,
division.
in the division, no.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Miami
So we
can't
all
play in
have
the cold weather. That's the problem. Until you make those teams play win a game under 40 degrees, under what was it, 50 over 50 degree, under 50 degrees and below. Until they win, then Miami's no threat.
So we all have the Bills winning the division, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Bills division. Who do we all have second? I have the Patriots.
Of the Patriots.
I think Drake May could break out this season. I like the addition of the new what's his name? Vogel as the coach. So I think him back in New England, where he's used to his environment. He's been there. He's done that. He won a championship there, and he knows the culture. He brings that Patriot culture back. Cleneth, any thoughts on the Patriots?
I mean, I like the addition of Stephon Diggs. I think when they picked him up, I think that's saying something for him. I do like that. And Drake May, and it's just my thing is Mike Vrabel is a defensive coach. I like seeing defensive coach, but my problem is it's not with the Patriots defense, it's with their offense. So how's that gonna turn of them being good offensively is what I'm looking forward to watching most this season. If Drake May can really become a team, you got him a weapon in Stephon Diggs. You have an okay run game in Stevenson. Let's see what you can do.
And I think Henderson's going to be the starting running back by the end of the season.
Travion Henderson.
He'll be the starter by probably mid-season, if not sooner. So we all have the Patriots finishing second.
Yeah, I think the Patriots are going to be pretty good here. Defense is probably going to be a sleeper. They're probably going to be really good. They have Christian Barrymore, who's healthy. Just signed Milton Williams. Just traded for just signed Carlton Davis. They got Christian Gonzalez. Mike Vrabel's leading that. Drafted Will Campbell, so the offensive line's getting better. Yeah, I think this is an ascending team. So I agree. It'll be interesting to see what they do on offense. I don't think it's going to be like a really great offense, but I think it'll be able to support what the defense does.
Yep. Cleneth, you have them finishing second. Do we lose Cleneth? Cleneth?
Yeah, I'm here. I said yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
So we have Dolphins and Jets finishing third and fourth.
Sure.
I do.
I have the Jets fourth or third.
You have the Jets third?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think they got all the talent in the world. They have just a lot of really young, exciting players. Quinn Williams, probably top 3 to 5 defensive tackle in the league. They have Sauce. They have Garrett Wilson, Bruce Hall. Got rid of the coaching staff. I think England's awesome. Yeah, I think they're good enough to be their best in the division. So,
what do you think, Cleneth? Of the Jets?
I think it's going to be a new look Jets now with New York with Justin Fields at the helms, I think he can. He's going to lead those Jets to a better team. I do have the Jets finishing. I still had the Jets finishing last, but it's going to be a close last with them and Miami.
Let's get some quick thoughts on the Dolphins, and then we'll reveal our 8th seed. Chris, do you need to go, or can you do one more division?
I can probably do till 4.
Okay. Any quick thoughts on the Dolphins? Do you think they? You think Tyreek Hill or Waddle might get traded this year?
Waddle won't. He just got extended. I can see Tyreek Hill. I think that.
I think he would be perfect for the Ravens.
Mike McDaniels gets fired, to be quite honest. I don't think he's a bad coach. I just think that
bad situation.
It just ran its course. They had a historic offense when everything was going right, but since then their defense looks really thin. I think they're just very top heavy in talent, and then that's
I think Tyreek Hill would be perfect for the Ravens.
Yeah, I can see a mid-season trade.
He's the wide receiver that Lamar Jackson needs. I'll say that right here, right now. He's if they can somehow get Tyreek Hill, the Ravens might win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's the missing piece to that offense. But
I totally agree with you.
Huh?
I totally agree with you. Yes.
Yep. If somebody's listening from the Ravens and they make that trade, you can thank me. But let's reveal our top 8. Number 1 seed, I have the Ravens. Who do you have, Chris?
Ravens.
Ravens? Clear?
Our top. So man, that's gonna be hard. So I want to take Buffalo to be number 1 in the AFC.
I have the Bills number 2. Who do you have number 2, Clear?
I'll take the Ravens number 2.
You have the Bills number 2, Chris, or the Chiefs?
Chiefs.
I have the Broncos number 3, so because I have the win division. Who do you have 3, Chris? Bills?
Bills.
And I'm assuming you have the Chargers, Cleneth, or
Yeah, I had the Chargers. No, actually, no, I had the Texans. Chargers will be 4. I really believe the AFC West is going to beat up on each other. That's why.
Fair point. I have the Texans 4. And who do you have for? You have the last division winner was Jacksonville. Yep. Who are your 3 wild cards? I have the Chiefs, Bengals, and Chargers. 5, 6, and 7 right there.
Bengals, Chargers, Raiders, and
only 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it only no, they added a 4th, and I know it's still 3. It's 3.
So you said Bengals, Chargers, and
Raiders. Yeah.
Say you, Clinton.
All right, I'm going to take the Chiefs at number 5. I'm going Bengals number 6. And then I might slide the Broncos in 7. I'm gonna have to.
Okay. So we all have the Ravens. I don't know. Me and Chris have the Ravens number 1, and Cleneth has Bills. Cleneth has Ravens, Texans, Chargers, Chiefs, Bengals, Broncos, and then Chris has Chiefs number 2, Bills, Jags, Bengals, Chargers, and Raiders. I have the Bills, Broncos, Texans, Chiefs, Bengals, and Chargers. So that concludes the AFC. Who do you guys have winning the AFC altogether?
Ravens.
Sadly to say, I might. I'm thinking this might be the year that Buffalo finally gets over the hump. Now that the blueprint's out of how to beat Patrick Mahomes, Buffalo finally does it. Their first play, Josh Allen finally gets that W over Patrick Mahomes in the championship game. I'm going to have to go with Buffalo. I think they're probably going to learn from Philadelphia, and they're going to do what it needs to be done.
Well, if this is the year, it's going to be some trash talking between the three of us, Clarence.
Yeah,
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that to get on his good side either.
This is hard because it's between the Ravens. I think between the Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs, I'm gonna still put the Chiefs in there because it's the Chiefs. But I'm gonna say the Bills too. So I'm gonna say they get out, but I say they beat the Ravens. They might lose the first game and then get payback in the AFC Championship game. So in Baltimore. But now let's do the NFC. Let's start the NFC East since Chris has to leave at 4. Chris.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with the Cowboys first. We'll work around to the Eagles. How about those Cowboys?
I think that offense is going to be really good, and I think that defense is going to be really bad, even when they inevitably sign Micah Parsons. Dak, I think George Pickens is going to be really good for Dak Prescott. They finally have like a legitimate wide receiver 2 again. They haven't had that since like it was CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. I think George Pickens is the exact type of receiver that Dak wants, which is a possession contested catch receiver. Their offensive line should be pretty solid. Dak's really good regular season quarterback. I think they finished second in the division.
I actually have them finishing last, but because I don't know about this new head coach. He's not the sexy name that every Cowboy fan wanted. He's not, but he could turn out to be a good coach. He could be one of these new head coaches that merge as a star head coach. But I worry about Dak Prescott's health because he's been injured every season since he signed a new deal, right?
Yeah.
He hadn't played a full season in like 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah.
I worry about that offense, and then whole Michael Parsons saga drama might linger over this team. I don't know. I have them finishing last. How about you, Cleneth?
The Cowboys, I have them finishing 3rd place like they did last year. Don't get me wrong. I mean, and then I do hear the stuff that Miles Sanders joined the Cowboys to get revenge on the Eagles. All right, you ain't doing nothing. You're a traitor. All right, you're a traitor. You're a bum. And I can't wait to see you get smacked around the Lincoln Financial Field.
He might not even play. That's the funny thing.
All right. George Pickens with nothing but a diva receiver is going to wind up crying over CD because CD Lamb got more receptions than him, and that's going to cause turmoil within itself. All right, he a diva, he a crybaby, he don't know nothing. Michael Parsons is just it's the only glorified stud who had a chance to stand up to the owner because the owner is too old to realize the call for age to do a bookie to sign a contract talking about I want to do it with a player. Dude, 25 years old, know nothing about that. That's why he hired someone to be an agent. Old man, do your job and stop acting like this is not 85 no more. And the thing that Stephen A. Smith said is true. He ain't getting a contract until week 3 after they go 0-2 when he realizing that defense sucks so bad, going up 40 burgers back-to-back weeks.
I like that. Now let's talk about those Giants. Can the Giants emerge as a sneaky playoff team, or are they a year away?
No, they're still a year away.
See, here's the thing about the Giants to me. I think quarterback-wise, you had Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, and Dart looked amazing this preseason. I'm not going to lie, man. I mean, to tell you the truth, I will trade away Jameis Winston right now to have Dart as my backup quarterback behind Russell. That's how good Dart looked. I'm not going to lie. The defense is all right. And I think they're going to give the Cowboys a run for the money for that third spot place in the NFC East. All right. And better yet, I think they will beat the Cowboys week 2.
I can see that. Cowboys start 0-2 and panic sets in. The Commanders. Oh, where do you guys have them finishing? I have them finishing
Third.
Second.
I think regression's incoming. They converted 4th downs at a historic rate last year. They had 7 wins on via one score, half of them on the last drive, last play. Oldest team in the league by far, by a whole year almost on average age. Yeah, not much left to say. I think the team will be good if Jaden Daniels plays like a top 5 quarterback, which I think he is. I think he's number 5 in my opinion, or I don't know. You can make the case he is. If he plays amazing, they'll be fine. If he just plays a little bit above average, I don't think they're gonna win many games. I think that roster is pretty bad. I mean, they got Von Miller out there and Zach Ertz again. These are, it's not like 2015. So I don't know. I'm not sold on the roster. Deebo Samuel, who he lost 10 pounds and people think he's good again. I don't know. It's a lot of ifs on that team.
Where do you have the Commanders finishing?
Third.
You have them second? I have them second.
I have them third.
I have them second. I think they're going to finish up with 9-7 and just making a wild card.
Well, I thought you had this Giants second, Clement.
No, I said the Giants, and I said the Giants and Cowboys going to be a race for third place.
Oh, okay. So you pretty much all have the same 1-2. And we all have the same 1-2.
Yeah. I got to go here in a second, but let me give you my division winners for the rest of the divisions.
Okay.
Who do we have? NFC West, I think the Niners.
Yep.
Originally, it was the Rams for me, but I think that Stafford injury is worse than the Rams are letting on. I don't think he's going to play all 17 games. So I got the Niners and then the Rams after that. Seahawks, and then the Cardinals. That's my NFC West. My NFC South, I have Atlanta. I think it's finally time that they cash in on having all those weapons with Drake London. I think Kyle Pitts has a solid year. Bijan Robinson. Invest in the defensive side, in the defense side of things this season. So Atlanta's my number one seed, or number one in the NFC South, followed by Tampa Bay, Carolina, and then New Orleans, who's going to finish worst in the league. And then NFC North, Packers. Packers are honest. They're my number one seed in the entire NFC. I think Jordan Love might win MVP. I think it's going to be him or Jalen Hurts win MVP. I think it's going to be an NFC quarterback this time. It's been a long time since we had an NFC player win the MVP. I can't remember the last time the NFC had an MVP because it's been.
I think that was Cam Newton.
Was it?
I was thinking it's probably
a couple years. It's been Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen. Yeah. So I think Jordan Love or Jalen Hurts are the prime candidates. So I have the Packers number 1. I have the Lions number 2, Bears number 3, Vikings number 4. I think JJ McCarthy stinks. At least he will stink his first year. So that's my pick. You guys can talk about your pick, but I gotta run. So
just send me your top 8 later, Chris.
Top 8: Packers number 1,
Okay.
Eagles number 2, Niners number 3, Falcons number 4, Lions number 5, Rams number 6, and we'll do Dallas number 7.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Chris, for coming on. If you have time next week, we can find to do the week 1 picks.
All right, sounds good. Just let me know.
Yep. Later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, Cleneth, to recap your NFC East, you have, just to make sure, you have Eagles, obviously, the Commanders, Cowboys, and Giants.
Yep, I do.
Okay. What division you want to do next?
All right, we can do. How about we do the West?
Okay. Let's talk about the Niners. I have the Niners winning division too.
You guys have the Niners.
Yep.
All right. So my division winner, it's a close up. I mean, I'm looking at the Cardinals. They're good with Marvel Henderson Jr. The Rams with Nakua. Then you have Devontae Adams in the mix as well. The Karen Williams. They're a good threat, and Sean McVay is a coach without a coach. I mean, that dude can coach.
Yeah, he can. He can.
He's a coach's coach. I'm afraid of it, to tell you the truth, because he's that good, and he's the only coach that took us to the limit in the playoffs. All right, I ain't gonna lie.
Yep. They were like a couple plays away from maybe beating us.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that I might have, and then the Matthew Stafford injury is a downpour, but I believe the West is going to it's up for grabs. I mean, Seattle's looking all right. I do see Seattle finishing, I think, 4th this year. So I am going. And then with the Stafford injury, I'm thinking if Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, I believe the 49ers will win. Only if Christian McCaffrey is healthy. because if it's a battle between who has the best back of a second team in the NFC West, I'm giving it to the Rams. That's it.
Yep. That's why I'm picking 49ers. I'm relying on TMC to stay healthy. But so right now, you're going to say the 49ers still?
I'm going to have to go with 49ers only if Christian McCaffrey is healthy.
Yeah.
That's an asterisk. All right, because I don't really believe the 49ers are going to be that good anyway.
Yeah, that division is up for grabs. I had a hard time picking who to win that division. It's tricky. But let's talk about the Rams here. I mean, you already talked about if Stafford can stay healthy, which
Mhm.
is a big if. Who is their backup?
Well, I'm on the phone. The backup quarterback?
Yeah, for the Rams.
I don't even know.
Let me look this up. Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy G.
Jimmy G?
Jimmy G is
Jimmy
their backup.
John?
How ironic. Another
Oh,
injury.
wow.
Another can't stay healthy. Now, if he's the quarterback for
That's crazy.
the beginning of the season, do you think the Rams will struggle, or do you think he's reliable enough to be good enough for the Rams?
Well, all right. If this Jimmy G's a backup, I believe the Rams. I have to switch it. I think the Rams will probably win it in NFC West.
Okay. And then you have the Niners too?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Rams are going to be very good. I think it's just it matter if Stafford can stay healthy, and then if Jimmy can stay healthy, because he's not exactly the guy that. I mean, he's a good backup, but he gets injured too. So I think the Rams have a good running game. They have a solid defense, as we saw in the playoffs, and I think the receiving crew getting Devontae Adams is going to be huge. Devontae Adams has something to prove after getting traded to the Jets and not doing anything. He has something to prove. He wants to get back to the playoffs. He wants to win. So getting Devontae Adams is probably, I would say, maybe an underrated move for the Rams. One of the underrated moves this offseason in the NFL. So I'm kind of intrigued by the Rams just talking about it. Maybe changing my mind, but I'm going to stick with Niners here. But I think that's going to be a close race. I think it could come down to a matchup if they meet. I don't know when they meet in regular season. Do they meet in the last game of the season? Let me check. Because it could come down to that. Niners schedule. Oh no, they played the Seahawks last game too. So never mind. But that division comes down to the last week of the season. So for right now, I have the Niners, and the Rams. So we all have Niners and Rams 1 and 2. Who do you have 3? And we'll talk about them.
The Cardinals.
Yeah, I have the Cardinals too. Could the Cardinals be a sneaky team to win this division? Could you see them in some world that they could win this division with the Rams and Niners maybe struggling with some healthy players?
Struggling. I think if the injury if both the Niners and Rams are highly injury prone like they were last year, I say the Cardinals can in that realm win the division
Yep,
with the James Conner and Robert Henderson Jr. and Trey and Kyle Murray and the tight end. I think they can do that.
Zach Ertz and no, not Zach Ertz, McBride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot Zach Ertz in Washington. But, I agree with that with the Cardinals. Kyle Murray he had a good bounce back, good season coming back from ACL. He had an ACL injury. I forgot what injury he had when he was out for the season. But I think Kyle Murray is a good enough quarterback for the Cardinals. I think James Conner is an underrated running back. I don't think he gets talked about enough. I think he's a good running back for that offense. I think Marvin Harrison. I kind of worry about is this his third or second season?
Second.
Second. Now, do you worry about the sophomore slump with him?
I
Or is that
see.
different for the season?
It's more. I think it's more of a rookie quarterback thing than it is for any other. Because if you look how Devontae Smith was his rookie season, and then they went and got him, made him a number two. Instead of focus him as a number two, made him a number two. We got AJ Brown with the Eagles. I
Yeah.
think the Cardinals need to do something like that to bring a veteran in or mid class player to be that opposite player, Marvin Harrison, to relieve that pressure off of him. I don't think it's going to be hard to find another CD Lamb. It's going to be like break into the league and be a pure number one wide receiver again. That's going to be that CD Lamb is rare work.
There's only a few that could do that. CeeDee Lamb, Jefferson, and Jamar Chase are three that did it. But and I'll bring up Tyreek Hill too. If Tyreek Hill is available, why wouldn't the Cardinals trade for him? I mean, I know I said the Ravens, but he would be good for the Cardinals because he would be that veteran, as you said, next to Marvin Harrison. That duo would be amazing. I think Tyreek Hill getting traded is going to be intriguing if he does get traded. And now the Seahawks. We both have them finishing last. Geno Smith is a new quarterback. He replaced not Geno Smith. Sam Darnold replaced Geno Smith, which is ironic. I think Sam Darnold replaced Geno Smith in New York. But anyway, what do you think of Sam Darnold in Seattle with no DK or no Tyler now? With just JNS? Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I want to say Sam Darnold's going to look just like what Sam Darnold used to be. All right. Sam Darnold looked good last year because Sam Darnold had weapons that made him look good.
Yep.
Now he doesn't. Now he has to be good or less toys to play with.
He has one weapon in JNS.
I don't think so.
I don't know if he's the number one.
I still don't say. I say if Metcalf would have stayed there, I said maybe, but no.
Now that he's the number one, I see what you're saying. I kind of passed up on him in my draft. So, did you do your fantasy draft?
Yeah, they're hard this year, man.
I know, but did you pick up the guys you wanted?
Yeah, I got Jamar Chase. I got a lot of the same. I got a lot of the same roster. I might switch a couple players up. Got the same quarterbacks. Got different running backs. Got Bartley on both my teams. Hurst on both my teams.
Oh, nice. I don't. I think
I got Jamar Chase 1 year on the first round. I don't like picking number one.
you had the number one pick.
I got the number one. I don't like being number one. I hate that
Yeah, I know. It's hard to pick.
because then you have to like rearrange your whole thought process.
Yep, exactly. And you don't pick until depending on your draft team. And if it's snake draft, then you don't pick until like 19 picks. So, but
Yeah, all my drafts have been snake drafts. I go 1 to 15, 115, 115. Oh, 110, 110, 110.
okay,
So I could pick first, then have to wait 18, and then pick two twice again, and then wait another 18 spots.
yeah. And it's the same way with when you have the last pick. So I have the last pick in one of my drafts coming up this week. But I got to pick my position, and I chose number 10 because it's keeper heat. So I'm keeping Thompson. I mean Thomas. So again, I thought maybe I'll do the last pick. I didn't any middle, so I chose number 10. But what were you talking? Oh, the Seahawks. I think if Walker can stay healthy for the Seahawks, I think he's going to be a good running back. But he has to stay healthy. He never stays healthy for them. So, but I think Seattle is going to be more of a run team and take the pressure off Sam Darnold. Any more thoughts on the Seahawks or the division itself?
No,
You want to do the South or North for that?
let's do the South.
Okay. So I have the Buccaneers finishing first. I think Baker could have. I think Baker has. I was never a Baker fan until last year. I think he's become a top 10 quarterback. I think he perfect for that offense. I think if Mike Evans and Chris Godwin come back healthy, I think the Buccaneers could fight for that number one seed. What are your thoughts on the Buccaneers?
Oh man, the Bucks. I believe the Bucks are a good team defensively, good team offensively. I think Baker finally found a team that fits his playing style. Because for Tampa Bay, Baker was just an average Joe Smo looking to make a name for himself, and now he finally found a team that do it. They respect him. He's a good leader, good player, but I think he finally found the players that fits his skill set. That's Tampa Bay.
Where do you have them finishing?
The Bucks. I have them finishing tied for first place
With the Falcons?
with the Falcons.
Do you have Buccaneers and who went who is the official division winner?
I might have to give it to the Buck. I might have to give it to the Buck. I might have to.
Yeah. And I think that defense is good. I think that defense is solid. I think the running game is good. I think if Mike Evans comes, he's healthy, right? It's Chris Godwin that needs. It's out. Is it Chris? Mike Evans. Yeah, he's healthy. I think Godwin's out for a couple weeks. He's still recovering from. He's likely to play out, unlikely to play week 1 and miss time in October. Okay, so he might not return until October. But I like that duo. I like the running game. I think Buck's gonna could have another great season. I think he's an underrated running back. Especially in fantasy, I think he's gonna be good in fantasy. Who else?
What, Bijan Robinson?
What do you think of their defense?
Their defense is good. I think that's why I have them. I think the defense is going to keep them into a lot of games this year.
So you have the Buccaneers number 1. The Falcons. What do you think of the Falcons? I mean, obviously they have Bijan Robinson, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Probably best fantasy running back. I mean, it's the number 1 fantasy running back getting chose picking.
I see that, and I think that's he overright. I don't see the Falcons running the ball with Bijan Robinson to be the best running back in the NFL. That's all smokes and mirrors, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think they have Drake London and they have who's the other receiver? Moody.
Moody, yeah. I just don't see the Falcon Bijan Robinson being that guy. Nah.
No, I see what you're saying. I think
they're overhyping him way too much.
I think the reason he's number one running back in fantasy is because he can catch the ball at the back. Yeah. I mean, so can most of the running backs.
Yeah.
In top tier. Barkley and CMC and don't forget Alvin tomorrow. But we'll get to the Saints in a moment. So you had the Falcons finishing second too.
Yeah.
No. See, with their quarterback, he didn't play that much last year, and this is his second year. But do you don't see a sophomore slump with him, do you? Michael Pitt.
Oh. See, here's what I think. I think now that he had a taste, he wasn't like he was a full starter. He had a taste of it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that. He's a good guy. Don't get me wrong. He's just not like a threat guy. Like I'll say, oh my god, you have to watch out for this man. He'll make throws. He's still gonna make rookie mistakes. So we'll see.
It's his second year, but he's technically still kind of a rookie because he didn't play the full season last year. So it was Derek Carr, wasn't it? Yeah. Not Derek Carr. Yeah, it was Derek Carr. And then Derek Carr retired, didn't he?
No, what's the face? Kirk Cousins played last year.
Oh, Kirk Cousins, yeah. Kirk Cousins. Oh, is he still in? Did he retire or is he still on the team?
I think he retired.
Okay. I knew Carr or Cousins retired. One of them retired. Who said back though? I guess he is still playing for Cousins, according to Google. But let's see. Panthers and Bryce Young. Where do you see the Panthers? Do they take the next step and maybe fight? Are in the playoff race? Maybe close to 500.
I think probably a 500 team at best. When I say 500, that's mainly just one win over or one win short of 500.
Yeah, because it's uneven now. Now,
They're more like a
what do you?
trap win team. Trap game.
Oh yeah, I think Bryce Young's gonna. What do you think of Bryce Young? I'll get your thoughts first before I.
Bryce Young, I still believe that he still has a lot to learn. I mean, he started to prove himself when he got benched. And then
I
coming
thought
back,
it was pretty cool.
from bench, he started making a name and proved that he can finally play. So
Yep,
we'll see. I mean, the verdict's still out on him.
he played like the number one overall. He was the number one overall pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he finally played like a number one overall pick. It was his second season or third season?
Third.
Third, and this is his fourth.
I think it's his fourth season.
Wow.
I think so.
Yeah, let me check. 24 years old. Got drafted in 2023. 23, 24, 25. No, third season. But I think CJ was 2022. Right?
Yeah, CJ was.
But CJ was number one. CJ was. Yeah, I thought CJ was 2023. But CJ not the number one overall pick? Oh, he was the second overall pick. I
Yes.
thought he was the number one overall pick. That was the year that the Panthers picked Bryce Young over CJ. That's right. I forgot CJ was number two. I thought he was number one. I mean CJ played like a number one overall pick that year. That's why I thought he was number one. But I think Bryce Young, after he got benched last year, I think it woke him up. It lit a, well, it woke him up and made him a better player. I think Bryce Young. I'm not gonna say here and say he's gonna be a superstar or anything, but I think he is going to be the future of the Panthers from here on forward, unless he has a bad season again, and then maybe the Panthers rethink their quarterback situation again. But for right now, he's the franchise quarterback. So, and if he plays like he did in the second half of the season after he got put back in, I think the Panthers are gonna maybe sign him to a new deal and he's their franchise. But I think it's gonna come down to this season, maybe even next. But I think the Panthers could be a sneaky playoff team if somebody if they win a game they're not supposed to, and then they beat a team in front of them. They could be a sleeper for playoff run, a playoff number 17. So, we not talk about who's left? The Saints. That's where Derek Carr was. The Saints. Who's their quarterback? Who's the Saints quarterback?
Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler is their quarterback.
Still?
Spencer Rattler. That's their starting quarterback. The Saints are finishing in last place. I don't care. I feel sorry for Alvin Kamara. I feel sorry for Chris Olave. I feel sorry for all those good wide receivers. Spencer Rattler is your no. Get out of here.
The Saints could be the worst team since they. When was the last time the Saints were really this bad? Remember when they had those documentaries where the Saints fans put bags on their head? We might be seeing that again this year. They're gonna be bad. Alvin Kamara might get traded. If they're smart, they would trade him. Yeah, I was thinking about it with Archie Manning if he comes out next year, which he probably will. It makes perfect sense for the Saints because his grandfather played there. He's from New Orleans, family from New Orleans, so New Orleans getting Archie Manning is the story of the season. Texas wins the national championship, possibly, and then Archie Manning goes number 1. Gets to play at home where his grandfather played. Right, better story than that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Do you think the Saints are going to be the worst team in the NFL?
I think the Saints will have the number 1 overall pick this year.
Yep. Especially if they. I think they need to trade at least Alvin Kamara, get some more draft picks, so they can build around Archie Manning if he does come out, which I think he will. Especially if they win a national championship. Why I don't see why he wouldn't, but we'll see. Not much to say about the Saints. So, you have any more thoughts on them? Not much to say.
Not much.
Just that Spencer Rattler is the quarterback. I don't know how he has a job. Now I don't think he would even make it in that what is it, SFL, whatever league they're called. I forgot what they call it.
The USFL.
Yeah,
the UFL.
I don't think he would make it there. That's how bad he is. Now the NFC North.
Yeah.
Let's start with the reigning champions of that division, the Lions. How much do you think they'll regress, or if they do?
I don't think the Lions will regress. I think they'll regress to the point that will they earn the number 1 seed? No. They won't be number 1 seed this year. Will their offense still look good and defense? Yes, they will. But they will be a top 10 there. The problem is now that they're more like they're starting to turn into like a regular season's bulldozers and a playoff sleeper. Once they get in the playoffs, they don't want to play their true strengths, and that's when they choke games away and lose, or they just don't show up to play.
Do you have them winning the division again, or does Green Bay retake that winning division? Or do you have the Bears or Vikings?
I do have the Lions winning the division this year. I don't see the hype over Green Bay. Green Bay is not that good to me. All right. And it bothers me to the point that that's the only team in the NFL that push to try to get one play ban in our league. They're a bunch of babies, and I hope they deserve to be in last place, if you ask me. I don't support no team or a fan of no team is going to cry over one play because you can't stop it. All right? Get out of here. Go eat your cheese and be happy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Packers either because of that. And I can see my brother picked them. I can see why he picked them. They do have weapons, and Jordan Love is a talented quarterback. I just don't see the hype around Jordan Love. I'm not a Jordan Love guy. I don't see how he's a top. I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback, but is he a top 8? Maybe. I'm not saying he's not good. He is good, but I think this is the Lions division to win. I still think this is the Lions division. I think the Packers. I question their receiving core besides Matthew Gordon, the rookie, but he's still a rookie, and the other receivers are always injured. I mean, they have Josh Jacobs, good running back. Jordan Love is good. I just question the receiving core after Matthew Golden. So, and their defense, I think, is pretty solid. Could the Packers win the division? Yeah, I think it's gonna be between the Packers and Lions. They do meet in the first week, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
On CBS,
So,
yeah.
Yep. I think is that in Green Bay or Detroit?
I think Detroit.
I want to say that's in Detroit. No, it's in Green Bay.
Green Bay.
CBS 4:30.
Huh?
CBS for 4:30 game.
Yeah.
Lambeau. So I think they split the season series as they always do. I think the second game might be Thanksgiving. Maybe. Let me check that. Yeah, Green Bay and Detroit on Thanksgiving. Yeah. It's at 1:00 this year. No 12:30. Kansas City and Dallas and Cincinnati and Baltimore. That's right. Yeah, I think those two will split. I think Detroit wins on Thanksgiving. I think the division can come down to the last game of the season. But I have the Lions winning the division by 1 game. And yeah, I think Jared Goff still has a solid season. You have Gibbs, you have Montgomery, one of the best running back duos. I think St. Brown, elite receiver, if you know. Sam Laporta, the top tight end. And then you have who's their second receiver? Johnson, I think.
Yeah.
And their defense, I think it's going to be healthy this year. So I think their defense is going to be top tier. So I have the Lions winning the division, as do you. My brother has the Packers. And he has the Lions second. So let's talk about the Packers. You having them finishing second, or do you have the Bears or Vikings?
No, I have the Packers finishing second. Got the Bears finishing last, Vikings finishing third.
Are you a Jordan Love believer, or are you
No,
like
I'm
me
not doing
and believe in the hype?
I am not he's all hype, yo.
Yep.
Jordan Love plays when he wants to play, look good, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I would. Cause last night when I had my draft, I was deciding between Jordan Love and Brock. I think Jordan Love could be a solid fantasy player, but that's fantasy. Because he has the weapons if they stay healthy. But as far as a quarterback outside of fantasy, just NFL wise, I don't believe in the hype of Jordan Love. But especially that guy on ESPN that had Jordan Love as number one quarterback in the NFC. I was like, what has Jordan Love done in the NFL? Having the best quarterback in the NFC. You saw that video? You know what I'm talking about?
I heard about the list. I'm just getting sick of tired because it just makes me wonder how do people get these jobs.
Yep, I did a reaction video on that. But yeah, that had me like, and then he had Jalen Hurts number 4. Like, I didn't have Jordan Love ahead of Jalen Hurts, who went through 2 Super Bowls. But that's not here or there. We can talk about that another time if Jordan Love is not what some people think he is. But what else? What are your thoughts on the Packers besides Jordan Love?
I think the Packers have a good run game. Offensively, they're all right with the. I mean, yeah, led by Josh Jacobs. I think it's the defense. It's out there. It can be a little shaky as well. I think if they can stay well balanced, then they can they'll put up a fight. They'll win games. But I just don't think the Packers are that good of a team to be like taken as a threat in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree with that. Who else? Oh, the Vikings. So we will have them finishing third. What do you think of the Vikings in their quarterback situation? Do you think it was the right move moving on from Sam Darnold, or
I
do
would
you
have
think?
kept Sam Darnold to tell you the truth. I would have kept him. I don't. I would have definitely kept him until and sat JJ McCarthy down. I don't think this hype with JJ McCarthy is going to really cost him.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready yet. I think he should have sat on the bench healthy and learned from Sam Darnold. I know that's cliche to say, learn from a veteran, but I don't know if he's ready to be the starting quarterback for a team like the Vikings who have weapons. But they do have weapons. They have Addison, who's suspended to the start of the season. They have JJ. They have Aaron Jones. They have solid defense, solid coach, but their quarterback's going to be the problem. If they can't for winning games in this division. So unfortunately, I do like their team. I like Justin Jefferson. He's an amazing receiver. You can argue if he's the best receiver in football, Jamar Chase. But if you don't have a quarterback thrown to you, you're not gonna put up the numbers you should. So that's why I have the Vikings finishing third because of the quarterback situation. Otherwise, I think they could win the division if they had Sam Darnold. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, if they had Sam Darnold, I think they would have won the division. Yes.
Yep. I think you're right. I think the quarterback situation is going to cost them. So, but we'll see. And now the Bears. I don't think the Bears are going to be bad. It's just that they're in a division with the Packers and Lions and Vikings. I think Cam Williams could have a breakout season. I like him. I chose him in fantasy in one of my leagues on Tuesday. Yeah, and then I like the receiving core, and I think the receiving core is good, and the running game. I think it's who is their running back? I don't even know who the running back is.
Swift.
Okay.
Swift.
Oh, it's Swift. That's right. And their running back is pretty good. Their running game is pretty good, and their defense is just getting. The Bears' defense is always pretty solid. So, what are your thoughts on the Bears?
Well, if the rumors are true, what they care about Caleb Williams, I don't have much faith in the Bears whatsoever.
Yeah.
The Bears is not really that special. I don't see them as like a threat. I don't see them as anything. So we'll see. I mean, they'll probably be Bears to me are more like I will say the trap game team.
Yeah.
They're going to catch you if you catch them. If you take them lightly, that's when they're going to catch you sleeping.
They're a team that you don't want to bet against. They're like the Browns. But I don't think they're going to be bad. I think they could actually be pretty good. Not good, but I think they could be around 500. Now, do you think they would be better than the Panthers? Are they going to be a bottom feeder team, or they're going to be in the
No,
middle?
I think they'll be better. I'll think they'll be better than Panthers.
So you have them about middle of the road, like me in the NFC.
I have like if talking about draft pick wise, I have them 4 or 5.
Okay. So you think they're not? They don't fight for a wild card either.
No.
Now let's reveal our NFC bye team. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna be different here. I'm gonna say the Buccaneers. And my brother has the Packers. Who do you have?
For the top team?
Yeah, the bye number 1 seed.
Oh, man. Let's see. You say Buccaneer. I say the Rams are going to beat each other up. See. I think it's going to be between Philly. The tiebreaker is going to become Philly and Detroit.
Like last year. And so you have the Eagles?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't.
I think it's gonna be between the Eagles and Buccaneers and Lions. I think the number 1 seed is gonna be closer than people think this year.
Yeah.
Who do you have number 2? I have the Eagles number 2. My brother has the Eagles number 2.
So I'll take Eagles number 1. I'll put actually Eagles number 1, Detroit number 2, and then I will go Bucks 3, and then the Rams 4.
And who's your first wild card?
I want to take Green Bay. My second one, No, scratch that. It'll be my first wild card will be Washington. Second will be Green Bay. My third will be Minnesota.
Okay.
Hey,
You said Minnesota?
is it
Because you had the Falcons and Bucks
Oh yeah,
tied.
no, Falcons. Sorry.
Okay. So to recap, you have the Eagles not to get the bye, Lions, Bucks, Rams as the division winners, Commanders, Packers, and Falcons as the wild cards. My brother has the Packers number 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the Eagles, Niners, Falcons. His wild cards are Lions, Rams, and Cowboys. And my number 1 seed, the Bucks, the Eagles, Lions, 49ers, and my wild cards are the Packers, Commanders, and Rams. Oh, so you don't have the Niners making the playoff, right?
No,
Rams.
I don't.
Okay. Now, here's a tough question. Do you have the Eagles repeating as NFC champions, or do you have somebody else going to the Super Bowl against the Bills?
It's gonna be a hard time. I think we might get to see a Super Bowl that everybody wants to see, and that's Josh Allen versus Jalen Hurts.
I've been.
But I don't think that's going to happen because we got that
Oh.
earlier season.
So who you? Let me guess. Lions.
Huh?
So you're gonna have the Lions, or
See, that's gonna be that's a question mark. I mean, I want to, but I it depends. It's a lot of things. It's gonna be hard. It's hard to repeat. Everybody knows it's hard to repeat.
Yep. Hasn't been done since. Who was the last team to repeat?
Oh man, I don't know. I think no, can't see.
New England Patriots. They beat the Panthers and beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
That was more than 20 years ago. 22 years ago was the last time
Yeah.
NFL had a repeat champion. Not even the Chiefs won back to back. Right? Or did they?
Yeah.
Didn't they beat the Eagles and Niners back to back?
Yeah, they won't beat the Eagles and Niners back to back.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was yeah, my bad. So the New England Patriots won back to back 2003, 2004, and then it was done 20 years later, 2023 and 2024. So it was done exactly 20 years later. So yeah, the Chiefs were the last one. So with an asterisk, you probably have you kind of have the Lions.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this. I think we might get it. I'm not gonna speak into existence yet.
Yep.
I gotta see it.
I understand.
We might get it. Depend.
Yeah.
I gotta see. It's a lot of questions I have.
No, I get that. I've been saying all summer I think we're gonna repeat. So I'll be a hypocrite if I don't say it now. So I'm just gonna lay on that sword and say, Eagles, Bills, Super Bowl, Eagles repeat. I'll say it now. I'll lay on my sword, and if I'm wrong, then I'll come on here and say I'm wrong. But I've been saying we're gonna repeat.
But if that happened, the Bills will definitely be the first team to lose the Super Bowl to one division.
That would be crazy. We're the only team that didn't play them in the Super Bowl yet. So they played the Giants twice. And
There
they
they go.
played the Cowboys. Yep.
And Washington.
Yep. So I have the Eagles and Bills Super Bowl. Eagles repeat. Sorry, Doug. You have any more thoughts, Cleneth?
Nah,
Will you be on tomorrow?
not what I'm doing tomorrow. I got stuff I gotta do tomorrow.
Okay.
Alright.
But yeah, before I get, are you available next week to do week 1 picks?
I'll see. I'll let you know when I get my schedule out.
Okay.
Alright.
Later, Cleneth.
Later.
Later. Do some quick plugs here before we leave. Check out the Wrestling Through the Years tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Wrestling Through the Years. Myself, Doug, and Daniel will be doing Iron Sheik. Clint won't be on. So, if you heard, we'll be doing Iron Sheik career retrospective, talking about his career and legacy in the business, and his matches and his best moments and best matches of his career. And then Saturday on YouTube.com, One Team Combined, will be the Anarchy Power of Hour, the first episode number 4. The matchups are, let me remember, it's Celebrity Deathmatch versus Pee-wee's Playhouse. And then the main event, I know it's Teen Titans versus Pokemon. And the middle two are JoJo's Bizarre Adventure versus Speed Racer, and Life and Times of Jumper Lee versus Bruce Face. And then the showdown on September 3rd will be Samurai Pizza Cat versus Candy, Huckleberry Hound Show versus Adventure Time, The Pup Named Scooby-Doo versus Flintstone Kids, and Courage the Powdery Dog versus Muppet Baby. So check that out. Check Dizzle99, Daniel's Gaming Channel, and check out the Stavcast. But for MoneyE, I'm out. There, guys. And we'll do week 1 picks next week. So check that out next week.